Gets hit with that cutscene, boy. Look at this. Oh, nah. Oh my god, this is so hype. Boom.
Yo, Bloxfruits just dropped the update trailer. It's super exciting. That means that the update is coming soon. It's actually confirmed to drop on Thursday, I believe. So yeah, we need to go over that. We're going to watch it together. Obviously, I've already seen it, but I do want to go over it and give you guys my thoughts and opinions if you do care. Some people have asked me, hey, Dispex, what do you think about this? What do you think about this? And today, I will be going over all my thoughts. And we're only going to be going over the showcases, nothing else, not the trailer animation, none of that stuff. Just the reworks. But yeah, let's get into it right now.
Alright, so this is one of the most unique M1s in the game right now since it's long range. Peep this. Oh yeah. Alright, and then the cool thing about it is you can also hold it for more damage. You don't want to get hit by this, you cooked.
Holy, I mean, obviously that looks super nice. It looks super great. But what I'm most impressed with is that they didn't use the same M1 that they've been using for like the past 3 fruits or 4 fruits. Every time they rework a fruit or release a new fruit these days, it has like this basic M1, like this type of M1 right here. Look, it has this M1, and I'm so tired of it. Don't get me wrong, it's a nice M1 and it's good, but I'm just tired of every single fruit that they rework or release having the same exact M1. It just makes things so boring.
Let's see. And some more. All right, let me know your thoughts on the visuals upgrade. Let me know. W's in the chat. All right.
I mean, honestly, there's not much to say about that one. It looks nice visually, and it is good that instead of having to use a move just to transform, that we actually get an additional move for the Z. But there's not really much more to say about that, so let's move on to the next one.
Which is Feather Storm. Bro, that looks fire, man. That was actually cooked on this. And you can also use it in the air. Damn, bro, it's getting comboed. Let's go.
That one looks nice. The only thing I worry about with something like that is I feel like they've been doing a lot of these big type AoE moves. And it's cool and all, but it gets to a point where if you make everything have like a big AoE and like a big, kind of really takes away the aiming and the skill. And that's what they can kind of need to work on. Introducing new fruits and making them look good, but not everything has to have a big AoE type move. Especially if that one's gonna stun. I'm not looking forward to that. But it does look nice, and I just have some concerns about making a lot of these lower end fruits, especially a lower end fruit with a nice big AoE like that. Kind of makes me a little bit worried. But we still haven't seen it all, so let's see what else they have in store for us.
To the C move, which is Bone Crusher. All right, let's get it. And these charge up animations, I don't know if you peeped the previous ones, they're also good. Boom! Hold on. Boom! Climb them up and down. This is a massive upgrade from the previous Falcon Fruit. It's actually usable now. Eagle is actually usable now. Boom! Alright, next up we have this.
That C move is giving me major Yeti vibes right there. It looks nice, and I do enjoy seeing a move like that return because it is a fun move. But it definitely gives me major Yeti vibes, and I really can't say much about that. I can't even complain. I think that's a pretty fair move because you still have to aim it. But let's get to the next one.
Soaring Talon, which is the V move. Again, peep the charging animation. Boom. You are not dodging this. Then we have the
honestly, it's a nice V move and all, but I would say it's kind of underwhelming. Like, for an ultimate move, it kind of falls flat. That being said, I can't hate on it too much because Eagle looks pretty powerful in general. So it not having a crazy V is not really the biggest thing. But generally, I would say like V should be a little bit more of an ultimate move because it is like the ultimate move of fruit. So yeah, let's get to the last one. move, I think.
Now this Falcon can actually move now. It's not slow no more. Here we go. And the movement on this fruit is really nice. And then the cool thing about it as well is you can use every single move in this kit while flying. Look at that. Look at that M1. Boy, sidestep, weave, sidestep. Hold it. Burst into the Feather Storm. Bone Crusher. Soaring Challenge. Boy. And then if you hold F while you're in the air or while you're flying, you get a burst of speed. A burst of speed. Let me know your thoughts on the Eagle Fruit. Personally, this is a very massive upgrade from the previous model. After you guys watch this whole video, make sure you guys do a before and after comparison because this is wild.
The flight is obviously a massive improvement, but what really stands out and what really makes me excited is the fact that you can use stuff while in flight mode. You can use all your swords, use your abilities. That's insane. That's gonna be so powerful. Like, people didn't really catch that, but like, I'm just excited. I'm just super excited, and that's just kind of crazy. That's super crazy, and I can't wait to see how that plays out.
Here is the model for the new Eagle Fruit. Look at this. We also got some skins. Hold on. All right, here we have one of the skins right here. And we got the blue wings right here. Got golden moss, little green and orange act.
Fruit model looks pretty nice. Those skins look even better. The golden moss looks by far the best, but they all look really nice. Like, I love that there's variations in the skins. I'm not sure if it's going to be like West Dragon, East Dragon type thing, but I doubt it. From what it seems, I don't think that's the case. Probably only cosmetic. I just don't know how they're going to do that. Are they going to do it like a skin how they do the dragon skins, or is it going to be something else? We'll see. We will see. Now it's time to move on to the next fruit, creation.
And then now we're gonna go to the next fruit, which is creation. Let's get it. Let's get it. So for the M1s, it's kind of cool. It's also very unique compared to like the Falcon one. I mean the Eagle. It's very unique. Let's go. Here we go. Here's the M1. It is actually so sick. You can move it as well. You cannot go through this wall. Boom. Perfect defense right here. Boom. Boom. That's the M1. Now let's go to the D move, which is barrier.
A defensive M1. I never thought I'd see that, but that is super cool. I love that so much. A nice big wall. Who can complain about that, honestly? I'm very excited just from seeing that M1. I'm excited to see what else they have in store for this rework.
Wall. All right, here we go. Boom. Hold on. Boom. All right. Next up, we have the X move.
Another slam type move. Looks pretty nice. A slam type move, a little cannon. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Let's move on to the next one.
Which has two different variations. One, when you hold it, actually has technically three. All right. I'll show you the first one. The first one is tap right here. Snatch them. Boom. Again. And yoink. And slam it into the ground. All right. Then you have the version when you hold it. So you can go up, aim at the sky, and you punch them away. And you can control it as well. Boom. And then if you slam it into the ground, it does the ground slam. So we just punch them away in the air like this. Then you have the...
I'm so glad that they kept that X move controllable, because I thought that was super cool that you can control the X move on barrier, on the current barrier. And I'm glad that they continued to keep that, because I thought that was something a little bit unique to it. And just the X move in general looks pretty nice. I do like the hand, it makes sense. But I just like, so far, the look of Creation Fruit. They're always cooking when it comes to like these reworks. As far as the looks, movesets could be another thing you could argue there. But as far as aesthetics, always nice.
Barrier Prison, which is a C move. This was fire, bro. I know y'all seen it in the trailer, but yeah, here it is. Let me show y'all from far away. Boom! They was cooking with this fruit. Let me go inside. Look at him. Was getting pieced up by them swords. All right, and then we have the V.
As nice as that looks, and it looks super, super, super nice, don't get me wrong, that C move is massive. I don't know if we need more of those type of big, super big moves in Bloxfruits. I feel like we already have a lot of these big moves, especially on a lower end fruit. Having a move like that, I don't know how much damage it does or how strong it's gonna be in reality, but the fact is it's massive, and that means it just makes it super unskilled. Looks pretty. I'm not too sure how that's gonna work or how it's even gonna play out. I'm a little bit nervous about that one, if we're being honest. But all we can do is see how it works when it actually drops and continue to see what they're doing with the creation fruit.
Move, which is barrier towers. Here we go. The charge up animation is nice. Boom. Now watch. Anytime he touches any of these, he gets slammed back and forward. It is really nice. It doesn't matter what he touches. Boom, 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 boom. And not only that, if I walk through him, I teleport. Look at this. That's nice, ain't it? Boom. You can't catch him. This is the perfect fruit for getting away. And you're gone. And then you have
another massive move. Holy hell. That is crazy how big some of these moves are. But that makes sense though. For this one, I don't really mind it being so massive because it is the ultimate move. It's the V move, so it should be super strong. But this looks like it's going to be a runner's paradise. Holy, I'm nervous about that one as far as running. The V move is fair because it's the V move. I'm still a little bit unsure about the C being that big. But at the end of the day, like, we'll see how it plays out. Maybe one day they'll make the C move a little bit smaller. Good fruit so far.
The F move, which is the stairs. Y'all remember the stairs? We go. Boom, 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 boom. It's the stairs, but upgraded. Look at my hat. You can build like crazy. That's it for this fruit, is what you thought I would say. So when you hold the F, you will enter build mode. Build mode. You heard me right. You can build whatever you want. Boom, boom, boom. Place some walls, edit it. If you press the same button, place a window, half wall. Same thing with the ramps. You can place a half ramp. And of course, there's a build limit. In private servers, it's going to be bigger. And in public servers, it's going to be smaller. This is just a small limit right now. But in private servers, it will be bigger. So you can go crazy with it, all right? And then once you delete it,
honestly, I really thought they were joking when they were saying that they were going to bring Fortnite into Bloxfruits, but that basically confirms it. Well, not basically, that does confirm that they did plan to indeed bring Fortnite to Bloxfruits. That looks super insane though. That looks super fun. I can't imagine all the fun that there's going to be had in like a private server using creation fruit. It's going to be great. Now in Publix, I'm not sure how it's going to work out. They said there was going to be a higher limit in private servers and lower in public. I just want to see how much lower compared to private servers that's going to be. But that looks super fun. Creation fruit looks amazingly fun, and it looks pretty strong. I just want to see where they end up ranking it as far as if it's going to be like a mythical rare, that type of stuff.
Like this. Look at this. You get pulled in and boom, pushed away again. Anyone who's inside gets pulled in and boom. You can also tap it for instant damage. I'll show it off one more time from above. He gets pulled up in the air as well. And boom. All right, next up we have the...
Holy, what a night and day difference that is. Jesus. That is actually insane. Compared to the old Z move, that is such a massive improvement. And I really do love that it pulls you in. Because I think that's kind of important. I think it should have at least one move on gravity where you get pulled into it. Because it just obviously makes sense, gravity. But yeah, next move it is. Good start though.
X move. All right, here we go. Here's the X move. Bro is getting lit up. Again. all those meteors, bro. Bro's getting shot down. All right, next up we have the C.
So honestly, visually, that X move is nicer. But in practicality, I think the old X was better. If I'm remembering correctly, the old X on gravity had like the angel type effect where it like locked you down into place. It kind of stun you in a circle around you. Now that was a really, really good move. Didn't look as pretty as that one, but it was definitely a better one from what I could see. Some things gotta change and some sacrifices need to be made, and if that's one of them, I'm all for it.
Move, which is meteor pitch. All right, let's get it. So there's two different versions of this move as well. One is a tap move and one is the holding version. All right, let's start off with the tap. Boom. Bro got dragged into that wall and that thing exploded. Let's do it again. Tap. Bro, the VFX are crazy. Hold on. Let's do it again. Can I control it? Oh, I can. Boom! You can control where it goes. Boom! Let me go straight into the wall. Boom! Okay, this is actually insane. Now we're gonna do the holding version. Let's get it. Yo! Look at this! Bro, if you don't feel powerful seeing this, I don't know what to tell you. Hold on. Boom! Bro, forget my admin ability. This is like the upgraded version of that. Oh my god, that looks insane. All right, the cool thing about that holding version is that once the meteorite explodes and all those little ones come to the ground, they also do damage. It's literally an upgraded version of the admin ability. Do it again. Boom. Bro, this is hype. This is actually hype. Yeah, gravity got the biggest upgrade I've ever seen. All right, that's it for the C move. Let's go to...
Okay, obviously that is absolutely insane. Holding down that C move is crazy. Like, it looks great. It looks amazing. It looks extremely powerful. That's great and all. But I just feel like lately they're just making these fruits insane just to make them insane and like viable. But when you make everything insane, it kind of ruins the game a little bit for me. PvP, it might be fun, but it takes away a lot of the things that made PvP fun, which was skill, right? If everyone can just do things like that, then it kind of sucks. That being said, we don't know how it's going to play out. It may just seem more powerful than it actually is when you use it in game. And yes, it looks pretty, and yes, it's amazing to look at, and it's just super cool in general. But I'm just worried. I'm worried that they're going to keep on breaking the balance to a point where PvP is no longer fun. Especially in public servers where people have no morals. It's just going to get insane. To the next move we go.
The V. So the V move also has two different variations. I'm gonna start off with the light one. All right, we're just gonna start it off light. Here we go. Let's tap. You can control where it lands. It's a big meteor. All right, again, just to show you, it goes where your mouse is at. Boom. Here we go. Boom. Let me show you the real reason why this is the ultimate move. All right, let me show you the real reason why this is the most upgraded skill in the game. Look at this. Once you hold it, anyone in your circle gets hit with the cutscene, boy. Look at this. Oh, nah. Oh my god, this is so hype. Boom. Tell me that's not crazy. And it just changed to nighttime just because of the meteor rain. That's insane. Let's do it again. You see this big circle? Once I let go, if you're inside of it, you're cooked. You're actually just done. You're done. You're in my cutscene, or your cutscene once you use it. Right now, it's my cutscene. Bro, Bloxfruits is upgraded massively, bro. We gotta see this one last time. I know y'all want to as well. Boom. It is so insane. Look, this is the That globe is every single island on the map. You see this? This is the Bloxfruits map. That is the planet of Bloxfruits right there. That is insane. They cooked. They actually cooked. GG. All right, that's going to be it for the V move. On to the next.
Again, that looks super cool. That looks insane. That looks broken, to be honest. One thing that I am a little bit concerned about is I'm not sure how a whole cutscene is going to work out in a PvP battle. Like, how is that going to work? It's cool. It's just a whole cutscene doesn't make sense for PvP, if we're being honest. It looks cool. It's super strong. And they did a great job so far reworking the gravity to make it feel strong and powerful like it should be. But I just don't know about some of the choices that they're making. Like I said, if you make everything powerful, then it just breaks the game to a point where it's kind of unplayable. But yeah, I'm excited about the gravity rework, and there's still the M1 left. But from what I've seen, gravity looks insanely strong. It looks like it could even potentially rival Dragon, which would be a good thing if you like that type of stuff, but I think it's kind of a bad thing because Dragon is already kind of a lot to deal with, and if I have to deal with something like Gravity 2 on top with a Dragon user, then it's just gonna be too much for me. But yeah, we'll see. Like I said, at the end of the day, it's easy to say all these things, and in reality, it's not that bad when you play, but only time will tell.
You can tap and hold for once, or you can tap and hold it again. This is insane. This is just a tap version, okay? Then you have the swipe. Boom, 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 boom. That's stage 1. How about stage 2? Boom, boom, boom. Wait, come back. Come back. Wait, pull up. And then you have stage 3. Bro might be gone. Bro might be gone. Bro is actually gone. And then you have a different variation as well. If you aim at the sky and pull down. Look at this. Let me show stage 1. There's 1 meteor. Where you can jump in the sky and swipe down. And then you can have 4 meteors on the first stage. And then on the last stage, boom, boom, 8 meteors pull up out of the sky. Just for the M1, literally just for the M1. All right, next up is the F move.
All right, so the M1 is basically like a bunch of the old gravity moves in one. And it looks pretty balanced. Like, I never had an issue with the old gravity moves. And that just looks like it takes a bunch of them and puts them into an M1, which I really can't complain about because they were never that like OP broken. Looks pretty balanced. It looks pretty fun. I love seeing unique M1s. That's what Bloxfruits needs. Unique M1s, not the same exact swipe like that. Unique ones is what we need, and that looks pretty fun, balanced, and I'm looking forward to using that. You can already see so many things that can be done with that.
This is the F move called Boulder Flight. When you tap it, you basically just shoot 3 meteors, all right? Boom, it's like an extra skill. Then there's another variation where you hold it on the ground. You just enter a little flight, you let go, or press F again. You can also use all your M1s right here while you're on it. You use basically anything while you're on it. So it's also very OP. When you're done flying around, you just press F again. Boom, shoot a little meteorite at them. And then there's another variation that if you hold it in the air, there we go. You shoot 2 meteorites and you enter that. There you go. That's the third.
Seems like the devs are really into variants right now. These reworks, especially Gravity, has so much variations between just the single moves. Super insane. I actually really like to see that. It's gonna make things kind of complicated for an old man like me, but it's gonna make the game way more interesting and way more fun, I think. I'm very excited about the updates. I'm very excited about these reworks in particular, obviously. If I had to choose one though, out of all the three, creation just looks so fun to me. Out of all of them, of course, gravity looks great too. It looks super strong, which scares me a little bit. And eagle looks really, really nice as well. I'm excited about all of them, and I can't wait for them to come out. I'm gonna be marking the second that it comes out on Thursday. I can't wait. And if you guys feel the same exact way, let me know which one your favorite is, and if you're excited about the update, and anything you just have to say in general. Thank you guys for watching, and if you do want to see more of this type of videos, let me know in the comments, like the video, all that good stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. Supers!